In winners, when we did winners finals,
Yeah.
I had another just crazy unexpected comeback, and it was
Yeah.
at 112. I was at 112%. I think this is how I remember it. I could be wrong, but I was at 112%. Last stock, Grandmaster, fresh stock coming down from the Angel platform. I brought it back.
Yep.
Not a series of good reads, hit him with the down smash, give him out of his jump. This time around, in this reverse 3-stock scenario, I remember being at 112% again. And I was like, dude,
Just that flashback.
I could do this.
Yep.
This
And
is
it
a
worked.
sign.
It worked.
And as soon as I hit him and he air dodged, I was like, I have to.
Yep.
I either win right now or I struggle. And I chose to win.
And we kind of
so.
saw, Grandmaster kind of suffered early on mentality-wise after that loss to you. That was a pretty rough set to lose early on. Do you think that affected, this final set going into it? Kind of being a little bit shaken up by that first set you all played tonight.
No, me and Grandmaster, I gave him a peace of mind, and we did some, pretty much mentality training.
Yeah.
And I let him know that, he's a smart player.
Yeah,
he knows
definitely.
how to play against Ness. He knows what Ness is capable of. Respect that. Don't go over aggressive. Just play a solid neutral. Ledge guard.
Yeah.
He knows what to do. And I just said, no matter what happens, you know how to play.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what you're supposed to do. Just stick to your plan. And that's what I do. Like, against Palutena, yeah, that's, not a good matchup for Ness, but I know what she's capable of,
Yep.
and I know I could do damage as well as long as I'm not in her dangerous zones. Like,
Yeah,
if I'm
definitely.
constantly getting ledge trapped or if I'm getting walled out by back airs. Like, back air wasn't too big for me, besides early on in the set
Yeah.
where I tried to parry the back air at the ledge and I just got smacked and died at, one something for it. So, but...
So you bring up that you kind of know how to get around Palutena's tools. What advice do you have for players out there that struggle with Palutena? In your position where it's like a pretty bad matchup, they just can't get around Palutena. What advice would you have for them?
Anyone? Just in general or
Yeah,
Ness
just kind of
players?
like general Palutena advice or anyone that's struggling, with that character in general.
Oh, man. I mean, Palutena is very good. She's
Yeah.
a very good character. I'm starting to realize that a lot of her aerials, not a lot. I think Nair is pretty safe on shield, unless you have a Dr. Mario up B.
Yeah.
Fair is pretty safe on shield when spaced correctly, but Bear is actually not that safe. So I guess that's just something to know. I don't know. It's all making sense in my head. This might
Yeah.
not be making sense to the viewers who experience what I experience and know what I know. But overall, I think the easiest bit of advice I can give you is movement. You don't want to rely heavily on shield against Palutena. You want to be able to move. You want to be able to just be mobile. A lot of dash dancing. Mix up your recoveries back on stage since she can ledge trap so well. Mix up your landings. Don't always hold in. Weave the aerials. It's okay to grab the ledge sometime. Don't always think you have to land on stage.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just have to respect that when a Palutena is on the stage, you got to try to find a way back on.
Yeah.
It's just so movement. And also to answer the question, do I autopilot? No. When I said I don't want to think so much, I guess I kind of meant I don't want to overthink.
Yeah,
so what I was...
You don't want to be like, oh, I can probably go for this, and then you go for it, and it doesn't work. Just those abstract options that won't work, and you're like, I'm going to just go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I told Antonio myself, I was like, in that game that I got 3-stocked, I was thinking okay, this is how I'm going to play. I'm going to do this, I'm going to play this way, and then I got hit. And it's like, okay, no, just reset, then I got hit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so I was just getting in my own head, and all of a sudden just nothing was working.
Yeah.
So I started thinking too much, I'm just like, oh my God, nothing's working. So the next game I was able to reset and just kind of feel. Instead of thinking I'm going to play this way, you kind of just have to do it. You know what I mean? If you tell yourself to do it, you're bringing yourself out of focus.
Yeah.
And
you're kind of going away from what you know will work and kind of just I'm just
Exactly.
going to play unsafe just for the sake of I need to make something
Exactly.
happen. And that's not always the case.
Yep.
And last question is just to it go to show that just because you're the top player in the region doesn't mean you can't improve. What have you taken away from this tournament that you think you can improve on or learn from?
Oh, to be honest, I mean, things that I've improved on is pretty much that mentality training of saying yo, is this me? Is this for me? Huh?
Man, he just
Oh, I thought you were
teased
giving
me
me
out
a,
the
he just put a
Snickers.
Snickers in front of me, and
Yeah,
I'm like, is this
like-
for me? No,
you say
of course
just bait
not.
him with the Snickers. What is this?
What the hell?
What is this? Like, he just put this down in front of him, like, here you go, man. But you can't have it.
Right. You can look at it, but
So it's just like, what did you take away from this tournament that you can start to apply further on as you play the game?
well, where I'm at right now is mentality training. That's where I'm currently at, and that's what I'm trying to. I just need to condition myself to play right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm smart enough at the game to know when I should or shouldn't go in.
Yeah.
When I should or, when I should ledge trap, when I should do something. Like, don't overextend on Palutena when she's walling you out with Bear.
Yeah.
Like, focus on movement. Don't be afraid, but also be on your toes when she comes in with a dash attack. Like, just be ready for these options. I'm really training myself to not throw out things, for no reason. Everything I do has to have a reason. So I'm just conditioning myself to play the matchup right. I know what Palutena is capable of. I know he knows what I'm capable of. So I'm just playing a safe play style. If I get one hit in, then I'll try to extend that to 40% or something like that. But overall, I'm just training myself to play right.
Definitely.
That's all. That's
And
all I'm
it
taking
definitely
from
paid
it.
off, as you saw right here. Like, you didn't deviate too far from what you know you were supposed to do. You didn't overextend. You didn't be like, I'm gonna go for this crazy flashy thing because it might work. You're like, I know this will work, so I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, getting juggled is really tough because Ness is floaty. He has like the fastball and stuff like that.
They are kind of trying to wrap up.
Okay, so
But yeah,
Robert right here, Phil. Congratulations on winning
Thank
yet
you.
another
I'm ready to go eat.
another.